Okay. So I am Chef Dennis, and I am at Krispy Kreme in Kissimmee, Florida, my new hometown. And I'm happy to be here. It's a beautiful day in Florida. The skies are blue. The sun is shining. There's palm trees. It's lovely. Now, we're here at Krispy Kreme. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Jenny Blanca. I work with the Florida Family Foods franchise at Krispy Kreme.
Very cool. And how long have you been working for them?
I've been back working for them for the last 15 years.
Wow, back. So you mean you started with them?
Started with them when I was 12 years old when my father bought the Daytona franchise in 1980.
Okay, so you're part of the family that owns this
Yes.
then?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's a family run, and that's what struck me so not odd. I would say that was like it was a positive note when I heard it was a family-owned franchise, because I was down at Give Kids the World. And donuts are always coming in there. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And you can't pass up a donut. There's just something magical about a donut that makes you want to just stop what you're doing and grab it. Mm-hmm. And especially, I love, as I drive back and forth here and I look for the hot donut sign.
Absolutely.
Now, what does that mean?
The hot donut sign comes on whenever we're making our original glazed donuts. They're coming down the conveyor belt and they're hot off the line, and our customers can buy them fresh and hot that way.
Fresh and hot. What's better than a fresh hot donut?
There's not much.
I know it is like, you feel like a little kid when you see that, and especially when you come in. I was just sitting here and there was a group of Englishmen, tourists, I guess, that were in here, and they were amazed. They're standing here and they're watching and they're talking about donuts, and I have never seen the process before myself, so I was pretty much amazed. But they got hats. And they're standing out front and they're getting pictures taken in front of the Krispy Kreme. So, we go to England and visit Buckingham Palace and they come here. So this is our Buckingham Palace, the Krispy Kreme Palace of donuts. So this is not, for me, like I said, I've never seen this process. Up north, I didn't see this big of a unit that was making it. This is quite an endeavor.
Oh, yes. This is called our 270 machine because it can make 270 dozen an hour.
Wow. Is that one of the biggest machines, I would think?
Actually, they have a 600 line.
Oh, my goodness. Is it longer? Or?
It's a little longer and a little wider.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So that would have to go in a very busy location. That's a lot of donuts.
That's a lot of donuts.
That's a lot. And I see it's been moving since I've been here. So you go through quite a lot of donuts.
Yes, we are selling to our retail, and we also deliver to grocery stores in the area. So that's also what they're doing.
So they are getting fresh donuts from you.
Absolutely.
I always wondered that, because the first time I saw Krispy Kreme was about 20 years ago when I came into Orlando to go to where else? Disney World. Right now, I've learned that there's so much more than the mouse now that I've been here for a while. But I always wonder, I suspected, like, I don't know, are they frozen? Are they coming in a case? Are they just thawing them out? But you're actually sending fresh.
Oh, yes. Every morning, our delivery personnel come in at 2 a.m. and they load up all the donuts that we've been producing and packing up all night, and they take them out to the grocery stores.
That's amazing. So buy Krispy Kreme donuts. They're fresh donuts in your grocery store, much better than the ones that you've seen on the shelves in those boxes. We won't name them. That have been there for God knows how long. Mm-hmm. So, although probably those kind of donuts and Twinkies will last forever, but I'd rather have a fresh donut.
Absolutely.
So, you've been here for quite a while then, and you have other franchises in the Orlando area?
We have 3 Krispy Kremes in Central Florida, one in Winter Park, and one by the Mall at Millennia in Orlando. And then we're also in Daytona Beach, Florida, and Melbourne, Florida.
Oh, okay. So, now was the Daytona one your original?
Yes. That's the one that we bought back in 1980.
Okay. Are you a Florida girl then? Are you from Florida?
Originally Connecticut, but since 1980, I've slowly transitioned.
Okay. Yeah. This is 2 years for me. And I drove into Florida and ordered Kool-Aid by the 55-gallon barrel. I was home. I got here. My wife had a little trouble with the transition. She still is, because she's a Philly girl.
Okay.
And I was transported from Texas to New Jersey. I was there for a long time, but it never quite felt home. But when I got to Florida, it was like the angels sang.
Exactly.
So, I'm loving it. And you guys, I know you don't like to talk a lot about what you do with Give Kids the World. I mean, that's kind of one of the special things about all the wonderful people that work with them. Mm-hmm. They keep a low profile. It's not about them. It's about the kids. But you've been involved with them for how long now? Or
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
We've been in the Orlando area for 3 years, and we did our initial contact with them our first year. And then we really just loved who they are and what they do. And we're happy to talk about them right now because we're raising some money.
Great. Very
Any
good.
customers that come in, we're doing a little heart program where you buy a heart for $1 donation, and we give you a free hot glazed donut when the hot ones are coming out, a fresh one if they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our second year raising money for Give Kids the World. Last year, our 3 Orlando locations raised a little over $5,000. This year, we're doing all 5 Central Florida locations, Daytona and Melbourne also. So we're hoping to double that.
Very good. Now, this just shows you, besides all that they do to help them with donuts all the time, you're actually raising more money for them too. So that's the beauty, I think, of a family-owned franchise, because it's a family that helps people like that. The guy that started Give Kids the World is an amazing story. And I've been over there quite a few times, and I've seen all the wonderful things they do and talk to people. And it just really is, to see how much people give without any thought of anything in return. I mean, that's what it's about. That's what makes you feel good.
And once you visit Give Kids the World, it's almost impossible not to want to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you've also got a nice tray of donuts here for me, and I want to show them because people will come back and watch it later, the beauty of this, and I will also upload this to YouTube. But here is oh my God, of donuts. I do want to try the apple one. Is calling to me.
Apple fritter.
Tell me about that.
Apple fritter is, that was launched about 6 months ago, and it is made with real apples. It's fantastic.
I wasn't expecting that.
That one's hard to beat. That's the reaction most people would get.
That's like a pastry. That's not a donut. Now you make it with fresh apples.
Fresh apples, cinnamon, and our yeast dough. And they're hand cut back there, our processors.
So this isn't something that just rolls off the assembly line. This takes some work.
It takes some work. We roll it out. We put the cinnamon and the apples and cut it all together.
Wonderful. Now,
made fresh, of course, throughout the day.
How many of these are made, do you think, an average?
Certainly not 270 an hour. I would say they do about 40 at a time.
Okay.
So those are made throughout the day.
So those are fresh throughout the day, and it is an experience. I'll tell you something. It is a wonderful donut. I got to have another bite. Why don't you tell us what else we have there?
Those, we make throughout the year, all year round. We have others that are limited time offerings. Right now we have our mocha latte filled donut. That is a new one that we have this year for just a few months. One of the customer favorites is our pumpkin spice, which is over here. That one is one of my favorites.
Is that a cake donut?
That is a cake donut.
So is that made differently then, or?
It is. It doesn't go through our proofing process.
Okay.
Our proofer kind of bakes them and puffs them up, like the yeast shells and the rings go through our proofer. And these are just the cake donuts that go right into the yummy oil.
Do you make any other cake donuts during the year? Any other types? Or?
We make our traditional cake. We make sour cream, blueberry cake, and a old-fashioned devil's food chocolate.
Oh my God! Now those aren't all the time though. Those are
all the time. The pumpkin spice is the limited time.
Gotcha, great. And we see who's here. Jeff Adams. Jeff, if you want to come in and say hi, come on in. I'm coming live from Krispy Kreme. So they can get these, and you sell them individually. You sell them by the dozen. You sell them in any way anybody wants them. I would assume you want a donut, you come in and get them. And I've also got this wonderful coffee, and this is a really nice cup here. I see I was expecting just a regular cup, and I see I've got the nice plastic,
travel mug,
and I love it's beautiful too.
That one is celebrating National Coffee Day, which comes up on the 29th of September.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, now tell me about your coffee. What kind of coffee do you use?
We have our own Krispy Kreme coffee. We have 2 brews. That is our house brew. We also have a dark roast and, of course, decaf.
Very nice.
And if customers buy that mug, they get a card for 5 free medium coffees. And that's in celebration of the September 29 National Coffee Day.
So you're getting 5 free coffees for buying the mug.
Yes. If you come in on the 29th, you get a free coffee.
And and I missed the Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, that was so much fun.
But I did publicize it. I sent it out on different social media. I thought that was wild.
That's one of our favorite days.
Did people actually dress up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's getting bigger and bigger every year. And one of the best things for us is our team members have such a great time.
I guess so. It kind of really just livens up. Do you have any other special events like that you want?
Well, our birthday is big. That's in July. Every year for our birthday, we do a dozen donuts for whatever the year is. Like this year, it was the 78, so it was 78 cents for a dozen donuts. So that's a big day. National Donut Day is a big day in June. But the Pirate Days are the fun one because we dress up. Oh, and I'm sorry, National Superhero Day.
Superhero Day. When's that?
About that one. That one's in April. And that one, the promotion there is buy a dozen, get a dozen free to give to your superhero, which might be your teacher or a police officer or your mom or dad or anybody. And we encourage our team to dress up as superheroes. So it's fun.
Now, is that a national program or is that just here?
Oh, national, yes.
Okay. So, Krispy Kreme likes to have fun. I mean, how can you sell donuts and not want to have fun? That would, if you showed up in a shirt and a tie to work selling donuts, I think it would suck some of the joy out of it. So this is great. So is this your biggest store or are the other ones about the same size?
Actually, the one at Mall at Millennia is larger.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Is that next to it, Mall? Because I've been to the mall.
Yeah, the mall kind of wraps around. So it's on Millennia Boulevard.
Okay.
Right by the Container Store, which is big.
Okay,
love
that
the
I've
Container
seen
Store,
too.
yes.
Yeah, my
So
wife
right
hates
next
that
to-
store. I love
know.
it. My wife hates it.
It's a lot of fun.
I know. I like to go. Well, being a chef, I sometimes wonder people look at me funny because I'm in stores and I'm always looking at kitchen equipment, and so she's off doing something else, but I'm the one shopping. But I love the Container Store, so I'll have to definitely look for that next time I'm over there browsing. It'll be on my list. So we've had a great show. We've learned about it. I see the donuts still coming off. We saw some kids back here looking, and and adults do it too. It's not just the kids that are looking. It's the adults that are standing here and having a great time with the experience of donuts. And it's funny to see people just come in and come out. Now you're close to Disney. Does that provide, I guess, a more eclectic blend of people?
Absolutely. During the seasons when Walt Disney World is busy, we get a lot of the tourists from all over the country. Mm-hmm. And this store will stay open very late, 2 a.m. because, they're on the different time zones and people are coming in, families coming in all different times of the day and the night getting donuts.
Well, donuts are comforting. It's comfort food. If you've had a bad day, and you sit down with a donut, it's not just the sugar, it's the experience. Mm-hmm. It says it just reverted you back to your childhood, to a happier time, to a pleasant memory. We equate memories with food. Mm-hmm. And I think donuts are probably really bring you back to when you're 6 or 8 years old and you had them and just made a mess, and it's a lovely thing.
And Krispy Kreme, they even on their website have a section of Tell Us Your Story. Because everybody has a first time at Krispy Kreme story.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Oh, well, this has been a great experience. And there's people back here watching again, kids watching. It's a beautiful day in Florida. If you're near a Krispy Kreme, I suggest you drive right into it and buy yourself some donuts. If you're not, I suggest you look at your Google Maps and find one because you need to go get some donuts. And I've just lost 45 pounds, so I have to be careful with what I eat. So I'm going to pace myself. Otherwise, I'd be pulling into here, and I do drive by here often. I'd be pulling here probably a little too frequently. And speaking of which, do you have a drive-through?
Oh, absolutely. Drive-throughs open 24 hours a day.
So we just made life even easier. Yeah. Drive-through for a donut. It's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to stopping in Krispy Kreme some more. And also, remember, give kids the world. Back up here one more time. Stop into all your Florida locations or your Orlando, Melbourne, and Daytona locations, and get one of these. And if you're getting a travel mug, get a travel mug, and also pick up your 5 free coffees because that's an amazing deal. So thank you so much for coming, and I will have this on replay, and I will post this later on across all social media. So have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here we are.